Hello and welcome to another episode of Coffeefusion. This week we're going to look at another episode of improving your coffee at home. Okay guys, so after last week's episode of Instant versus AeroPress, I decided to take another episode straight away the next week after, and this time we're going to cover pre-ground coffee versus freshly roasted whole beans. Now for a lot of you guys who have been with the Coffeefusion community for a long time, this one's a bit of a no-brainer. We've got freshly roasted whole bean coffee on one side from a local roaster, and on the other side we've got supermarket pre-ground coffee. But the thing is, there's a lot of this pre-ground coffee in supermarkets and people seem to be buying it, so I thought I had better do a video. The main thing with these two coffees here is, although there's going to be a big disparity in the taste, there's actually not a really big price difference. So I reckon support local small roasteries who are really trying to improve the quality of coffee, and not so much the big multinationals. So what I'm going to do is grab both of these coffees here, and we're going to extract some shots on my espresso machine, and we're going to see how these shots pull, and then I guess I'll do a taste test again for you guys. Alright guys, so here we are, and we've got two coffees here. As I was saying before, the pre-ground supermarket, and we've also got some freshly roasted coffee from a local coffee roaster. Now what I'm going to do, obviously with this coffee here I'm not going to be able to adjust the grind or anything like that, and it's a little bit worrying because it actually says on this packet here, suitable for espresso, plunger, stovetop or filter. And if you know anything about coffee, you'll know that depending on how you brew it, you've got to adjust the grind. And you know, plunger being quite coarse versus espresso being quite fine. So it'll be really interesting to see, unless there's some magic grinds in here, this shot could extract terribly. But I'm going to you know, dose it evenly and tamp it well and give it its best shot, and then I'll give it a taste test for you as well. So what I'm going to do, I know that when I normally pull shots on my espresso machine, I dose 19 grams. So I'm going to cut this bad boy open, dose out 19 grams, and then I'll show you what the shot looks like. Okay guys, so here we go, pre-ground coffee, suitable for espresso machine. Just be careful because this could go anywhere. That was a few seconds there, and I had to cut it off because the cup's half full. Alright guys, so this is what ended up in my cup. Smells quite rich, I guess. I'll have a sip. Oh man. It's not balanced at all. It's just dark and ominous, but not in a good way. One thing with this, this whole coffee thing, one thing with this whole coffee thing is, this pre-ground coffee, it's usually designed to be used on cheap machines, and they have a pressurized portafilter, so the shot that you're actually getting looks okay. But I want to show you what's actually happening with an unpressurized portafilter, which is why I showed you that shot and that extraction, which as you could see was pretty crazy. And the resultant coffee from it is just not nice at all. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to get the coffee from Humblebee Coffee Roasters, a local roaster where I live, and we're going to pull a shot and we're going to see the difference. go, you saw that shot. And if you look at that, nice and syrupy. And that was even with the time it took me to reset up the tripod. There's just so much more balance. This blend is really nice. The thing is, you don't get any of those harsh tones that you get from that horrible extraction. You know, the thing is with pre-ground coffee, it's really the onus on the company to grind it correctly. And if it's not ground for your machine, like if it doesn't suit your machine, there's nothing you can really do about it. You could probably dose up or dose down to try and get a better extraction out of it, but you can't really fine tune it to really make sure you're going to get the best out of that extraction. So there you go guys, another episode of improving your coffee at home. So this time, very similar price for both coffees, but again, a huge disparity in the actual taste of the coffee. So guys, we had another great week of Freeport Friday. Let's check out who won this week. So this week we actually had our first ever draw for Freeport Friday. So we had 2 winners, both with 30 votes. Congratulations to Alex Thompson and to Krista Mason. Great work to all the finalists. Remember, if you want to go into the draw to win the Coffeefusion t-shirt for April, what you've got to do is enter Freeport Friday. It's on every week on the Coffeefusion Facebook page. Just a reminder guys, that there's always new content going up on the Coffeefusion website. I'm trying to get a couple of blog posts up there every week. So check out coffeefusion.com.au if you've got a little bit of time and you're looking for something to do. Also, every Sunday I'm going to be posting kind of like a catch-up thread with all the links for the things that I've posted this week. So when you've got a bit of spare time, you can click through the links and catch up on anything you missed this week. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Coffeefusion. Remember, if you haven't already, like Coffeefusion on Facebook, follow the Coffeefusion on Instagram, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Remember, Coffeefusion is bringing coffee lovers together. Kind of thing. Now, we've got the scales there as well, but I'm not going to weigh everything out this time because the whole emphasis on this is doing it the quick and easy way. Oh, sorry. Better take that again. It's really bad.